Have you ever wondered how we as humans came to be who we are today? The genesis of our kind is an enigma shrouded in time, a puzzle that has fascinated scholars, scientists, and the curious alike. This is the story of human evolution, a journey spanning millions of years. Picture a time when our ancestors were not much more than shadows in the wilderness, their lives ruled by the primal forces of nature. They were not the masters of their world, but mere participants in the grand theater of life. But even then, the seeds of change were being sown. As the eons passed, these primitive beings began to change. They started walking upright, their brains grew larger, and they developed tools to aid their survival. This marked the beginning of a transformation that would lead to the birth of our species, Homo sapiens. The story of human evolution is not linear. It's a braided river with tributaries representing different species, some of which led to dead ends, while others eventually culminated in us. It's a tale of survival, adaptation, and innovation. Yet, despite the sheer wealth of knowledge we've accumulated, many questions remain. How did we develop our unique capabilities for language, creativity, and abstract thinking? Why did our species, out of all the others, survive while our cousins like the Neanderthals went extinct? These are some of the mysteries that continue to intrigue us, drawing us further into the labyrinth of our past. Human evolution is a captivating saga that tells us not just where we came from, but also provides clues to where we might be headed. It's a narrative that continues to evolve, much like us, with every new discovery adding another piece to the puzzle. Join us as we unravel the intricate tapestry of human evolution, from our earliest known ancestors to the modern human. Let's embark on a journey back in time, to a world that was vastly different from the one we know today, and yet, in many ways, laid the foundation for the world we inhabit. We invite you to open your minds to the awe-inspiring, fascinating, and sometimes bewildering realm of our ancient past. Our journey begins over 6 million years ago, when our earliest known ancestors walked the earth. 6 million years ago. Picture that for a moment, an era so distant that it's almost unfathomable. This was the dawn of human evolution, the stage upon which our earliest known ancestors, the hominins, made their debut. The hominins. What were they like? Well, they were not much different from the great apes of Africa today. They were covered in hair, walked on all fours, and spent most of their time in trees. Yet, these creatures bore the first flicker of what would become the flame of humanity. They had larger brains than their ape cousins and possessed a trait that would prove to be a game-changer in the evolutionary process. They could walk on 2 legs. Bipedalism, the ability to walk upright, was a significant trait that set the hominins apart. This characteristic allowed them to cover vast distances, forage for food more efficiently, and use tools. It also freed their hands, allowing them to manipulate objects and their environment in ways other creatures could not. This was the humble beginning of our journey towards becoming the most dominant species on the planet. Among these early hominins were species like Ardipithecus, Australopithecus, and the famous Lucy, a fossil that has given us invaluable insights into our evolutionary past. They were not quite human, but they were on the path, displaying traits that would eventually lead to us. These early hominins were not the strongest, fastest, or most formidable creatures of their time. Yet, they possessed something extraordinary: the ability to adapt and innovate. Their survival was not guaranteed by their physical attributes, but by their intellectual capabilities and their ability to cooperate. So, as we delve deeper into the story of our evolution, remember this: we are the descendants of these early hominins, creatures who were not the strongest or the biggest, but were the most adaptable. They set the stage for a long and intricate journey of evolution, a journey that continues to this day. These early hominins set the stage for a long and intricate journey of evolution. Fast forward to around 2.5 million years ago, the dawn of the Homo genus. This evolutionary leap marked a significant turning point in our human story. The Homo genus was so unique it was given its own category, a distinct departure from their Australopithecus ancestors. These early humans were a diverse group, with species ranging from Homo habilis, the first known toolmaker, to Homo erectus, the first of our ancestors to look remarkably like modern humans. Speaking of Homo habilis, this species was a game changer in the realm of human evolution. Why? Tools. Homo habilis was the first species to create and use tools in their daily lives. We're not talking about complex machinery here, but rather simple stone tools. These tools were used for various purposes, such as cracking open nuts or butchering meat. The ability to use tools not only made day-to-day survival easier, but also allowed these early humans to manipulate their environment in ways their predecessors couldn't. Now, let's talk about brain size. The Homo genus is known for its significantly larger brain size compared to earlier hominins. The brain of a Homo habilis, for instance, was about 50% larger than that of its Australopithecus ancestors. This increase in brain size is thought to have played a pivotal role in the development of complex cognitive abilities, such as planning and problem solving. But what really set the Homo genus apart was their potential for cultural innovation. Unlike their predecessors, members of the Homo genus began to build more complex societies, communicate more effectively, and even express themselves artistically. So, what made the Homo genus different? In a nutshell, it was a combination of physical changes such as increased brain size and behavioral adaptations like tool use and societal development that set the stage for the Homo genus to take over the world. The Homo genus was a significant leap forward in our evolutionary journey. Our ancestors began to venture out of Africa around 1.8 million years ago. A monumental moment in our history, marking the first out-of-Africa migration. This journey wasn't undertaken by modern humans, but by an archaic species known as Homo erectus. Homo erectus, with their upright stance, increased brain size, and developed tools, were the first of our ancestors to truly spread their wings, embarking on a journey that would eventually lead to us populating nearly every corner of the globe. But what prompted this adventurous spirit? What drove them to leave the familiar landscapes of Africa and venture into the unknown? The reasons behind this migration are a blend of curiosity, necessity, and opportunity. As Homo erectus evolved, so did their cognitive abilities. They became more curious, more adventurous, and began to explore their surroundings. But exploration wasn't purely a product of their intellectual growth. It was also born out of necessity. Changes in climate and environment pushed them to seek new habitats and food sources. As the African landscape transformed, so too did the drive for survival, pushing our ancestors further afield. But this migration wasn't a mass exodus. It was gradual, taking place over hundreds of thousands of years. Each step into the unknown was a step towards survival, towards adaptation, and ultimately towards evolution. Homo erectus left Africa, venturing into Asia and Europe, and with each new environment they encountered, they adapted, they learned, they evolved. And so, this first out-of-Africa migration was a defining moment in our history. It marked the beginning of our journey as a species, a journey that would see us adapt to countless environments, overcome numerous challenges, and ultimately become the dominant species on the planet. This migration marked the beginning of our ancestors' journey across the globe. It was a journey of exploration, adaptation, and survival. A journey that continues to this day as we push the boundaries of what it means to be human. Approximately 300,000 years ago, a new species emerged that would change the course of history: Homo sapiens. These modern humans, our direct ancestors, were unique in their own right, setting the stage for a new chapter in the evolutionary tale. Homo sapiens, or wise man, were a distinct departure from their predecessors. They were taller, with a lighter skeletal structure and a more rounded skull to house a larger brain. This increased brain size wasn't just for show. It was a testament to their advanced cognitive abilities. They were capable of abstract thought, planning, innovation, and the use of complex language. These abilities propelled them into a realm of existence that was beyond mere survival, allowing them to ponder the mysteries of the world around them. But what truly set Homo sapiens apart from other Homo species was their unprecedented capacity for creativity and innovation. They crafted sophisticated tools and weapons far beyond the crude instruments of their contemporaries. They harnessed fire not just for warmth and protection, but for cooking, which unlocked new nutritional possibilities and further fueled their brain growth. Their cognitive abilities also birthed an element that was instrumental in their survival and dominance: the ability to form complex social structures. They lived and worked in groups, pooling their knowledge and skills, and this cooperative living gave rise to a shared culture, a sense of community, and a collective identity. Yet, it wasn't just their physical attributes and cognitive abilities that marked them as unique. Homo sapiens were the first species to leave behind tangible evidence of their beliefs and thoughts in the form of cave paintings and carved figurines. They were the first to seek meaning beyond the physical world, grappling with concepts of life, death, and the supernatural. In essence, these modern humans were not just survivors. They were explorers, innovators, artists, and philosophers. They asked questions, sought answers, and dared to dream. Homo sapiens, our direct ancestors, were now ready to take over the world. Around 70,000 years ago, a small group of Homo sapiens embarked on a journey that would populate the entire world. Imagine a band of intrepid explorers, our ancestors, setting out into the unknown. They were propelled by various factors, including a changing climate, competition for resources, and perhaps an innate curiosity. This was the last great migration out of Africa, an epic and momentous event that would shape the course of human history. This period was marked by a significant cooling of the Earth's climate, leading to the expansion of the Sahara Desert in North Africa. These harsh conditions may have pushed our ancestors to seek greener pastures, literally. The scarcity of resources might have also spurred on this migration, as our species had to compete with other hominids like the Neanderthals for survival. But let's not forget about our inherent thirst for knowledge, our insatiable curiosity. Perhaps that too played a role. Who knows what drove that first man or woman to look beyond the horizon, to cross that river, to climb that mountain, and to think, what's out there? As they moved, they encountered different environments and challenges. They adapted, they learned, and they survived. And in doing so, they spread their genes, their culture, and their knowledge. The footprints they left behind can be traced in our DNA, in our languages, and in our collective memory. This last migration was not just a physical journey, but also a cognitive one. It was during this time that we see evidence of complex language, symbolic thought, and cultural diversity. This cognitive revolution allowed our ancestors to cooperate, innovate, and conquer new lands. In essence, this migration was a significant chapter in our evolution, one that saw Homo sapiens move from being one of many species struggling for survival in Africa to becoming the dominant species worldwide. It's a testament to our adaptability, our resilience, and our boundless potential. So, as we delve deeper into our past, let's remember this incredible journey, a journey that is still ongoing, a journey that defines us as a species. This migration marked the beginning of Homo sapiens' global dominance. As Homo sapiens spread across the globe, the other human species began to fade into extinction. The tale of human evolution is not just about the rise and triumph of Homo sapiens, but also the decline and eventual extinction of other human species. Let's delve into this fascinating chapter of our prehistoric drama. Long before we, the Homo sapiens, were the only humans on this planet, Earth was a stage for a diverse cast of hominid characters. Neanderthals in Europe and Asia, Denisovans in Siberia, and Homo floresiensis, better known as the hobbits, in Indonesia. There were likely many others, their existence hinted at in the shadows of our genetic code. So, what led to the extinction of these other human species? The reasons are complex and multifaceted, just like the tapestry of life itself. Competition with Homo sapiens, changing climates, and possibly even diseases could have played a role. The Neanderthals, for instance, were highly adapted to the cold climates of the Ice Age. However, as the ice receded, so did the Neanderthals' specialized habitats. This, coupled with competition from us, the Homo sapiens, might have pushed them over the edge. The Denisovans, on the other hand, left traces in our DNA, suggesting interbreeding between our species. But, like the Neanderthals, they too faded away, leaving behind only tantalizing fragments of their existence. The hobbits of Indonesia, the Homo floresiensis, met a similar fate. Their small size and isolation on an island might have protected them for a while, but not forever. As these other human species faded, Homo sapiens continued to thrive and adapt, spreading across the globe. Our survival was perhaps due to our ability to create complex social networks, our capacity for innovation, and our adaptability to diverse environments. The extinction of these other human species is a poignant reminder of the transient nature of life. Each of these species, in their own unique way, contributed to the rich tapestry of human evolution. In the end, Homo sapiens were the last human species standing. And here we are, the sole survivors of the human lineage, carrying forward the legacy of those who came before us. With the advent of Homo sapiens came the dawn of modern culture. As Homo sapiens began to populate the world, so did their innovative ideas, sparking an intellectual revolution. This period, often referred to as the Great Leap Forward, saw the birth of complex tools, abstract art, and the first inklings of language. It was during this time that our ancestors began to paint their experiences on cave walls, immortalizing their existence for millennia to come. From these humble beginnings, societal structures began to emerge. Hunter-gatherer communities started to form, setting the stage for the intricate societies we see today. This was also when humans began to grapple with abstract concepts such as time, space, and the cosmos, laying the foundation for our modern understanding of the world. The evolution of culture didn't stop there, though. It continued to grow and evolve, fueled by the human desire to understand, create, and connect. And so, here we stand today, as the products of millions of years of evolution.